the Biggest Loser betting show, Thanksgiving edition. And we're off a week without this show. You probably thought this show was never coming back. Or you've probably never even seen this show. Or I'm probably talking to no one right now. I think 11 people watch this per week, and I think we each watch it twice. So you can do the math on that. But to whoever our loyal watchers are, we're back. And we're back with a vengeance this week. Let's take a look at the results from last week. Pretty solid week overall for the show. If you add everything up, we're in the green. Deion, the big winner, up $363. Carter won over $300 himself. He is out of his funk. But thankfully for all of us, Carter didn't get to pick the punishment this week. Larry, minus $111. Me, minus $198. I think that's probably the best a loser has done this season from what I can remember. So I'm pretty happy with that. Deion's shaking his head. Deion's shaking his head. That's not true?
Remember the week you put $499 on Georgia just to win money line against Mizzou?
Yeah. So both times that I've lost, or two of the times I've lost, I've done pretty good as a loser. I will hang the banner, Carter. Thank you very much for that. Let's check the overall standings, though, of the show, because that's where Carter won't be hanging any banners. Deion's up $537 in front. I'm still in the green as well, a whopping $14 ahead of even on the season. Larry and Carter are bringing up the rear. Larry over $1,000 down. Carter just under $1,000 down for the season, but we still have time to make it up. Ladies and gentlemen, this week we're going to treat you to something very special that I am not excited about whatsoever. Deion was the big winner, as you saw. I was the big loser. So, Deion, the floor is yours. What is my punishment?
Listen, first off, I just want to congratulate myself for being over 5 units up on the year. That's a remarkable feat for any gambler, specifically me. I wish I was actually up 5 units on the year, to be honest. G's punishment is he has to rap about Kobe Buffkin. If you know G, he loves Kobe Buffkin. So I thought I would enjoy this, and he would kind of enjoy it a little bit, too.
Thank you, Deion. Without further ado, here is the performance of a song that I am tentatively titling Kobe. By the way, just so you know, Deion, I don't like Kobe Buffkin. This is a hate track.
Okay.
It's called a diss track in the black community, Greg.
Well, I'm not a member of the black community, Carter, but thank you. Here we go.
Well, when you say hate track, it sounds super racist.
Sorry, I had to think for a second on if this was racist or not. I don't believe that it is, but all right, let's move on. Here we go. Here's my song.
I'm concerned that you had to think about it.
Here's my song. Mom always wanted me to be Young Gravy. Instead, I'm a podcaster and a gambling addict. MMG. Okay, Kobe's doing work. 2 is on his shirt. He's horrendous on the course, but I'm stupendous on the verse. The shot is so disgusting, you would think he needs a nurse. If he miss another, put me in a hearse. Man, it hurts. My words were so praiseworthy. A year ago, I used to talk like man was James Worthy. And I ain't asking for a lot, but if you take 33s, could you make maybe 6, 7, 8, or just one fucking shot? They call him Kobe Buffkin. He's got to show me something. No, he don't owe me nothing, but it's like they know we bluffing. When we said his game took the leap, last season I was screaming out his name in the streets, cause his game was too sweet to be chained to the seats. Now there's pain in my tweets when he claims it from free. Will it change? Wait and see, but he plays like he's cheeks. Shit. It's not that hard, are you listening? All you gotta do is get the ball to Hunter Dickinson. I swear this shit is sickening. I should coach Michigan. Kobe needs to get his shit fixed. This man is impotent. He's missing in the Westbrook range. Gyms sound like Hiroshima, mixed with Iwo Jima, mixed with Esenima. And it would take a team of scientists to figure out how to turn this shit around. Biggest Loser, G out. Back to your program.
Hey, nah, you bodied the end of that verse. The second half of that is fire. You get 5 mics for G.
That was tough.
Dog. Oh my God, we actually got to get in the studio and get that actually recorded and on streaming platforms.
Thank you, Cart. Deion, thank you for making me shake the cobwebs off on that. Let's get to the bets. Deion, you're up first this week.
God, that was tough.
You're up first this week, Deion. What do you have?
Yeah, so my first bet is USC minus 5.5, 200 to win 181. I mean, this one's pretty simple. I knew G was going to rap, so I wanted to go with a team that has like a famous rapper that is a fan of theirs, so I chose Snoop Dogg. That's pretty much the only. That's pretty much it.
Larry, I mean, that's your team. That seems like a shitty reason to take your team, but what do you think? You're on mute.
My bad. What was the bet again?
Oh my
Boy.
god. Oh my. USC minus 5.5.
Oh, I love it. I took that out of worst spread.
I mean, that's
stunned.
very on brand. That's very on brand. Let's go to Deion, bet number 2.
Just two horrible reasons to be on USC, by the way. Just two god-awful reasons. Washington minus 2 against Washington State. I think Washington State actually stinks. Michael Penix, I believe I'm saying that right. The other version, I was going to say it. I really didn't want to say it on camera, so I stuck with that one. He looked a little mobile last week for the first time since he was the pre-injury. So I feel like he's getting there a little bit.
Cart is calling Michael Penix mobile a little bit racist. It felt that way to me, if you're the racism guy on the show.
Yeah, Deion definitely just went full Jim Irsay on that one. He definitely wants to make Michael Penix a running back.
Well, first off.
Okay. I do like that bet though. I do like that bet though, Deion, because I think that Penix actually, that Washington State defense is terrible. Like, it's going to be a shootout, but I think they'll win by more than 3 though.
I have a question.
I mean,
why is that line only 2? Washington has 2 losses on the season. Washington State's horrible.
Yeah, wait a minute. Deion, you might want to check like players. You know this is like players sitting out season, players hitting transfer portal season.
That line should be like 12.5 if both teams are healthy, which terrifies me. But I love the bet. I just hate the bet because I love the bet. When we talk about effort for this show, Carter supplied 1 pick this week. Cart, what's your pick?
So I have USC minus 5.5, and I have all my 500 to win 490 on this one. For this, I think that people are riding the recent hot streak of Notre Dame. This is the same Notre Dame team that went to Cal on the West Coast, and it came down to the last possession of the game. They went to Stanford, lost to a really bad Stanford team. They struggled on the West Coast. I don't think that this defense has seen an offense like this USC offense. They've seen a couple. They've seen Syracuse. They've seen Clemson. But those ACC offenses are nothing close to what this USC offense can put up. They got a college football playoff berth on the line. I'm betting on them to cover a touchdown in this game. They don't want to get into a shootout with this team. I don't think they're going to be able to get enough stops, which is going to force them to get in a shootout. I like USC minus 5.5 in this game.
So being that Deion already chose that pick and we know how he feels about it, and Larry already commented on Deion's pick of that pick and we know how Larry feels about it, I will respond to this one just by simply pointing out that $500 at minus 110 odds, which are the odds you provided for this, does not pay out $490, as you said, nor does it pay out
$480.
Nor does it pay out $480, as you wrote down. It pays out $450. So for the second consecutive week, you are playing by your own rules and totally mailing this in, my friend. Now, Carter, since you did not send 2 more picks for the show, you have 60 seconds to do whatever you'd like. The time starts now.
Okay, I don't really need to use my whole 60 seconds, but I do want to point out that's a little bit rude because I just came with some pretty good research right there, and the only thing that was noted was the fact that I got the dollar amount wrong. I mean, this show is filled with lines getting wrong and dollar amounts wrong, and I provided pretty good analysis and research to back my pick, and I feel like it just got kind of shoved to the side there. So just want to throw that out there.
Deion, Larry, would either of you like to add any commentary in light of Carter's great analysis of a pick we already talked about? Larry?
Yeah, he called him a sportsbook calculator. That was funny. Can I just go with my first pick?
Yeah, let's just
I
get.
had 10 seconds left. Deion is shaped like a pilgrim. Okay, now you can go. You've never seen that meme? I thrive off negativity. That's what I am right now. I'm thriving off negativity.
So my first pick is Cowboys minus 12.5 against the Giants at plus 125. 200 pays back 250. The Giants, what?
No,
The
go ahead.
Giants stink. The Giants stink. It's a short week. They dealing with a lot of injuries all across the board, but they might not even have their best offensive lineman on Thursday. The Cowboys, they look like they turned the corner last week. It's only one game, but the Giants have been awful, especially against the run. I think Dakota and them boys is gonna cook them on Thanksgiving.
Carter,
What happened?
the Lions beat the Giants in the past couple of weeks, and we didn't talk about it. Do the Giants actually stink?
No, they don't. And I think that history shows, and even if they do stink, my point on this one is just when you think the Cowboys are going to turn a corner, they lose games like this, or games like this are close. And it's Thanksgiving. Anything happens on Thanksgiving days, Thanksgiving Day games. So I don't like that you felt confident enough to bet your own team taking an alternate spread on the team they're playing.
Yeah, Giants. When was the last time the Giants won a primetime football game?
Do I look like fucking Sports Reference to you?
They have not won one with Daniel Jones playing quarterback.
Larry, let's go back to you for bet number 2. I'm just going to play this game like we're shorthanded without Deion, and let's get through the show. Larry, what do you got?
All right, I got USC alternate spread minus 9.5 versus Notre Dame at plus 135, 150. You win 203. Everything that Carter said in support of USC, and then you factor in the fact that like they need to win this game like by a lot. They have to dominate this game. They're at 6 in the college football playoff ranking. They don't know who they're playing in the Pac-12 championship yet. They have to dominate this game if they want to make it to the college football playoffs. And I don't believe in Notre Dame. Like they've been solid for the most part on defense, but I don't think they're gonna be able to stop Caleb Williams.
Deion, welcome back. We're just not going to ever revisit the whole Cooper Rush monologue you probably gave behind the scenes. Larry went alternate line USC minus 9.5 this week. How do you feel about that?
I don't get why he does this. Just like win a bet or two. You're down $1,100.
I'm kind of with them though. They definitely need some style points if they're going to win this football game.
Just get across the line. Get one across the line. You don't need to be alternate lining stuff. Just win a bet.
So what, Deion, what you're saying is
Deion telling people not to do alternate lines. That's fine.
I retired the alternate lines.
While USC needs style points, Larry does not. Is that what we're saying at this point in the show?
Larry needs to get points. Once you have points, then you get style. The committee doesn't even know Larry exists.
Larry, bet
I'm trying to piggyback off the fact that they need style points. Bet number 3, I took the Chiefs to win minus 14.5 against the Rams at minus 110. 150 pays 137. The Rams are awful. No Cooper Kupp. Chiefs ball on they bullshit lately. I think they're gonna smoke them. This is pretty simple.
I like this bet. I don't like the 14.5 number. I love this at 13.5 though. So I'm just gonna lay whatever.
Maybe I should have did what Deion's been doing all year and just changing the line a little bit and keeping the same odds.
Honestly, probably would have been a great strategy if you ask me. If you followed the show this season, you know that I brought some creative strategies to the table with my bets, and I'm excited to say as we head into Week 12 that I am about to do something that has not been done before yet again. Bet number 1 for me this week, I'm betting Michigan plus 7.5. It's a key number. 90% of the public is on this bet. That terrifies me, but I'm not convinced that Ohio State is much better than Michigan. Last you saw Ohio State, they almost lost to Maryland. Last you saw them before that, they almost lost to Northwestern. This team over and over has been in dogfights with teams that are much worse than Michigan. This Michigan team is specifically designed to combat how Ohio State wants to win football games, and the mental edge of actually winning last year is going to matter. Over half the players on both rosters in this spot know nothing about Ohio State owning Michigan. It's a different rivalry. 7.5 is too many points. Carter, what do you think of that bet?
Just from a completely unbiased standpoint on this one, I think Michigan's a little banged up. I'm not fully convinced that Corum injury was it looked a lot more serious than I think they're kind of leading on to be because they just don't want to give that edge over to Ohio State. And I still don't believe that they can kind of unlock J.J. McCarthy and let him air it out. They're scared to do it. And so with Corum hurt, I don't really like that bet.
Just one quick follow-up question. Were you just saying that you believe Michigan's banged up, but that Corum's not hurt? Is that what you were saying?
No, I think that Corum is banged up, and they're trying to say he's not.
Oh, got it. I thought you were flipping that and saying he's not banged up, and they're trying to act like he is to make things dicey for Ohio State's game plan. Got it.
And I need Ohio State to win this week because I'm putting on a legendary Dance on the Grave performance to at Go Blue Lexi. It's gonna be fucking scenes on the timeline.
Well, we'll have to see how that plays out. And Carter, you know who else needs Ohio State to win this week? Me, because my second bet is Ohio State money line. Yes, that's $294 to win 100. I am going for a middle. I love a good middle. Michigan will lose this game by less than 7.5 points. Ohio State will win this game. If you're smart, you know that I can't lose both of those bets. And honestly, that's probably enough to not lose this show. If I win both, I'm sitting pretty. I do think Ohio State's the better team. I just don't think they're 7.5 points better. Deion, your thoughts? Deion, not your thoughts. Larry, your thoughts? Larry, you're on
muted.
mute.
Okay, my thoughts.
Carter, your thoughts.
I keep forgetting to mute myself.
No, break the bank, please. Just show up for work for 1 second. Like, have we not invested in 2 different producers behind Multiplicity Media to help Break the Bank get their shit together? And 4 months later, we're told they don't have Wi-Fi. And in week 12 of doing this show, we still can't get through a goddamn episode? Jesus fucking Christ, fellas. Bet number 3 for me. Notre Dame money line. Notre Dame money line. If you didn't add up my other numbers here, I have 1 cent left. I'm betting 1 cent on Notre Dame money line to win 2 cents out of spite for all 3 of you who have USC's dick shoved inside both of your intestines. Deion, welcome back to the show. What do you think of that bet?
Well, I think Notre Dame's chances are about the same as my Wi-Fi surviving the rest of this episode.
Larry, what are your thoughts?
No comment.
Carter, your thoughts?
No.
Do we only have 2 intestines?
I believe so, right? Small, large. I mean, what do you think? We got a medium intestine?
Does the appendix count?
That's what I was saying. Like, is a gallbladder an intestine technically?
That's a fantastic question. Why don't you research that and get back to us on next week's episode of the
I'm the dumb one.
Show on
I
Earth?
was gonna